I'm Savage Hound Dusk, and today we'll be continuing this campaign here. I'm going to go ahead and get these conversations out of the way so that everybody understands what's happening next.
Shakuris is gone. It has become one with the eternal night. But the traditions we forged there will remain with us forever.
Is that still possible, Matriarch?
More so than you may realize. What do you know of the Shadow Walk, Artanis?
Little. Your people closely guard their customs.
It is our most sacred rite of passage. The Initiate stands alone. Members of her tribe strike against her from the shadows. If she endures, she becomes a Shadow Hunter, true Dark Templar.
Why do you speak of this?
You stood alone, as Dark Templar, against countless enemies, risking your life for the many. You have walked as we have. You have walked the Shadow Path already, Artanis. You no longer have the Kala. You are Dark Templar.
Yes, he is. Welcome to the stream. Gonna go ahead and head over to the War Council, and we're gonna talk to Rohana.
The Nerazim fought valiantly beside us, even unto the destruction of their world. Why?
Their homeworld has always been Ire. They have never forgotten it, or the sacrifice that delivered them to safety.
You speak of Adun. So saith Judicator Zentheon. Adun failed to eradicate the rogue tribes, those who call themselves the Dark Templar. We witnessed the burst of the Twilight Star. In that treasonous instant, Adun ushered the heretics and himself to fate, purifying Ire of their taint, but allowing them life.
Treason? Adun chose mercy rather than committing genocide. This was a noble act, Preserver.
Was it? I see history through the eyes of those who lived it, Artanis.
Perhaps this is why you are blind to all that is before you. History's truths are only ever understood looking through the
God, we have
lens,
another bot.
seeing its
Glory, we have another
consequences
bot.
take root.
As a preserver, I have always experienced history as a living, breathing now, as those who experienced it in the moment did. Perhaps I should consider the way you view it.
So that's kind of where I say that calling Rohana a bit of a racist grandma isn't exactly the most appropriate way of looking at her. I honestly really don't like that. It feels very disingenuous to me because she gets caught up in the mentality and the feelings of those who lived it, including their prejudices. So a lot of the feelings that she has aren't actually even her own. I like how there's a stalker walking up in the background. That's actually really cool. I'm sorry. Welcome to a mind plagued by ADHD. It's just my life. Orbital assimilator. I kind of actually like that. Yeah, Glory, we have another bot. I just thought I'd let you know. He just came in and dropped a freaking link.
Shakuris has fallen, and Amon's
Glacius.
grip tightens. If we are to stand against him, we will need more than warriors. As Hierarch, I was made aware of a location where our Kalai scientists experimented on new weaponry in secret. Within the Glacius facility, the Purifier program has been reborn. We must recover this immensely powerful technology.
So, the Purifiers are going to be the next main Protoss sub-faction that we get a hold of.
Glacius facility. Within lies the greatest weaponry the Empire ever developed.
It is the site of the Purifier revival program.
Purifiers, the forbidden weapon, they were sealed away by the Conclave, never to be restored.
The ancient Purifiers are not kept here, Preserver. They are still locked away. Here, on Glacius, our researchers have been developing prototype weaponry inspired by that ancient technology.
You speak above your caste, Kalai. This is unimaginable heresy.
No, he does not. Fuck off.
Amon's forces and facing annihilation. If this technology may help us, we will use it.
Thank you. Somebody with a brain. That's also another thing that makes the Protoss a little difficult to deal with. Their culture and society is very deeply rooted in their religion. And that can make it very difficult to argue with them.
Amon has unleashed his servants. Ready our warriors.
Yeah, I don't like this mission.
The Purifier weaponry that has been researched here could prove to be a valuable addition to our arsenal.
That is what I am hoping. Is there any merit to Rohana's fears?
The Kalai on Glacius have prototyped the technology with successful results. It is said that these experimentations are no different than the Templar they are replications of, a byproduct of quantum predictive analytics.
They were and are still only machines. Do not give them such credence, Karax.
We too are machines of a biological nature. I often marvel at the architecture, the design, the careful construction of our form, our machinery. The Xel'Naga forged us as we forged the original Purifiers.
He's not wrong, actually. And I also realized I made a mistake not allocating that to supply. Because I can't do anything else with that Solarite right now.
Many of my Dark Templar have volunteered to act as scouts for us. They will keep us aware of Amon's movements.
Keep that in mind.
The Tal'Darim. They have not been seen since the Aeon of Strife, before the Protoss were united by the Kala's light.
Yeah, they were
I'm afraid
assholes
they
then, too.
returned some time ago, Rohana. We thought them fanatical servants of the Xel'Naga for years, but in truth, they had enslaved themselves to Amon.
Why would any being willingly follow Amon?
That is unclear. The Tal'Darim call themselves the Chosen. What Amon has chosen them for, we do not know. They are dangerous foes who have helped forge the hybrid and shed blood in the name of our great enemy.
Protoss turned upon Protoss. The De'ul demands retribution for such offense. They must be destroyed.
If it is their fate, it shall be.
That's a really cutthroat way to look at that. Particularly for Artanis, who was just talking about mercy and wisdom a little while ago.
Scouts are reporting Amon's forces are conquering system after system. We must choose our plan of attack carefully, Hierarch.
Okay, that was a little weird. I didn't think she'd give us a report that quickly.
If we are to obtain the Purifier technology, then we must move quickly. The Tal'Darim are preparing to fire upon the facility.
Well, then, let's not waste any time. Let's get right in, after I've wasted a bunch of time. Really, game? Really? Just teach me something incredibly stupid, why don't you?
Mothership's phase displacement beam against Glacius's orbital defenses.
I am first descendant Alarak, and I've been
Hello,
charged
Q.
with destroying this facility. You seek the technology vault, but you are too late. It will be annihilated along with the rest of this pathetic world.
Fuck you.
Use your time to withdraw from the system, or remain here and watch your forces burn to ash. I care little which you choose.
He is not
I'll take
entirely
option
correct.
C.
If we begin now, our forces could outpace the displacement beam.
Then we are going in.
Okay, so again, it starts us with a cybernetics core, which is nice, but no forge!
We must reach the vault before it is destroyed.
Why no forge? Why you no give me forge, game? I don't understand the logic. the forge is just such a freaking important thing. The game also tells you, like, it gave me a tutorial right before this that said, hey, you should defend your base entrance with photon cannons at this ramp. It's the easiest way to fend off attacks. Yeah, I know, but I also don't have a pylon field big enough, and you didn't give me a forge.
Outside of our nexus point, we must prepare for assault. Wait, these sentries were left behind. Let me activate them. They are quite effective at restoring shields to nearby warriors.
Well, they can do more than that, actually.
The Shadow Guard.
Drop a Centurion.
And there. Our gateways are now calibrated to warp them in as well.
Good. It's just obnoxious to me, I'm sorry, that the game doesn't give you a forge to start this mission off, when the forge is probably, like, the most important structure that you can get and not get, just because forges are how you build your photon cannons. They're also how you warp in Kadaran monoliths. These are very important base defense structures that you need in order to be able to actually survive. Not having them can be a death sentence. And as we saw there, not having them super early damn near cost us everything. Drop another Centurion. I'll drop a 4th Sentry just because it demanded that I do. Hey player, you can warp this in now.
You have not enough minerals.
See that? Gonna need a lot of Vespene. I am probably not gonna warp in Dark Templar very much in this mission. They're useful to an extent, but you actually need a surprising amount of anti-air. Drop another one here. Okay, we're getting close.
I'm here in the shadows. I'm here.
Keep crapping out probes. Alright. We're going to go ahead and get weapons and armor going. We're going to chrono boost the forge, because at this point our economy should be able to start taking care of itself, and we're going to move out. Because we can't waste too much time. This mission is going to... It's kind of going to demand a lot. So what sentries are is they're basically the Protoss answer to not having a medic.
It shall be as you...
You have not enough minerals.
I'm here in the shadows. I'm here in the shadows.
But all they restore are shields. They don't actually restore health. So that Centurion almost died because he didn't get any health. And his shields weren't restored fast enough.
Displacement beam. We must remain alert and stay out of its range.
Yeah, there's also a locked door there. I forgot about that. I think my force is big enough to deal with that. It's also completely out of place in this position. Drop the shields.
I walk the shadowed path. Upgrade complete.
Get a robotics facility. Okay, I need more of that. Alright, I got my weapons upgrade.
It appears the station scientists were storing raw solarite here as well. If possible, we should obtain it. Excellent. Solarite gathered.
Give me those resources. Go ahead and drop a dark shrine.
You require more Vespine gas.
Oh, I actually need to. I only need one probe, thank you. Oh God! No, go back in. Oh no. I hit the wrong key on my keyboard. There we go. Drop this. I'm gonna build a Tal'Darim monolith, and then we're gonna keep going.
We've discovered more sentries. I will activate them now.
Hey, hey, hey! Get off the Robo Bros! Shit. Oh, damn, well, that massacre worked really well. Shit.
Our forces are in mortal danger. Get them away from the beam.
I killed all those guys for virtually no reason other than I wanted to.
Alarak's warriors have established a large stronghold here. Templar, pull back. We do not have time to engage this base.
What do you mean I don't have time? I got all the time that I need.
I think our forces are looking for some excitement, Hierarch.
He said I don't have time to deal with this base. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm winning. I'm fine. Look at this. Well, let's see just how much time that actually cost us.
Our forces are in mortal danger. Get them away from the beam.
sentries online.
I'm here in the shadows.
Just get trashed, nerd.
Releasing sentries from stasis.
Intriguing. It shall be as you
That was pretty fucking funny, though. He said I didn't have time to wipe that base out. Yes, I did.
Alarak, I'm detecting movement from the Tal'Darim fleet. Multiple transport signatures inbound on the facility.
Warp prisms. Clever. Alarak is activating the facility's old defenses, using them against us.
let our enemy know our fury. It shall be.
There's the second chunk of solarite.
Another solarite sample obtained.
We move unseen.
Get trash, nerd.
Be as you say.
Our blades meet the enemy.
Is the void. Very well.
Annihilation now. There's your third chunk of solarite.
We have acquired all of the raw solarite samples. They are still in superb condition. You should see them.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Acquiring access.
Work quickly, Phase Smith. Focus the disruptor on their location. Let them burn.
I have its coordinates. Warping aboard the container now.
You are not as weak as you appear, Artanis. We shall meet again.
Idiot.
The Purifier weaponry is safely aboard the Spear of Adun. Wait, there is a prototype warrior here as well. I will have to examine it more closely.
Now, where is that achievement? I got Annihilation now, and I don't know where it is. Resourceful, Salvation, Fully Collaborated. Huh. Bonus objective: Purifier, Purification. Don't tase me, Cybros. Unsealing the past. Forbidden weapon. Danger zone. Pull the plug. Very strange. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure what that achievement was supposed to be. I'm very sorry, everybody. I kind of got lost trying to figure out where that achievement came from. That's weird. I just wanted to know. I was a little confused. Oh.
You wish to see me, Phase Smith?
Artanis, it is good to see you, young Executor.
Phoenix? How can this be?
It was his cloned personality that was used for the Purifier prototype. Given your friendship with the Source personality, I thought, well, he believes he was brought from stasis and made a Dragoon.
Why are you here, Phoenix?
I was given a directive by Aldaris himself to come to Glacius and serve the Templar.
It is the last recollection from his memory web. The Great Templar were still encoded by order of the Conclave.
Do you know about the experimentation done on Glacius? Why Aldaris gave you this order?
I am a warrior, old friend. You know this as well as any. It is not my place to question the order of Adjudicator.
His construction is highly advanced, an Adanium shell composed of a trillic compression mesh. It appears he was to be the first in a revival of the ancient program.
Enough! I have fought far too long for the will of the Conclave to be examined like some specimen. I am Templar, and I am reunited with the dearest of friends. Is this not a glorious day?
You are right, of course. Karax, these tests are no longer needed. Phoenix, welcome aboard the Spear of Adun.
So, yeah, how do you tell your best friend that not only is he dead, but his mind was cloned and put inside a robotic shell? I'm not sure I'd know how to answer that question. Get the orbital assimilator over the Nexus overcharge.
These new Purifier designs rival any technology our people have previously conceived. The replication data is the sort that allows accurate duplication of one's consciousness. Phoenix's personality may be accurate.
How accurate?
Within the 99th percentile.
So there is a chance for discrepancy.
Quite a minuscule one.
And in a lifetime, how many choices does that variation impact? Who would you be with such a difference in the decisions you've made? Keep a watchful eye on Phoenix. If he is to help us, I want to know who he is.
You and I have stood shoulder to shoulder, blades thrown in the heat of battle countless times, and now you lead the Protoss. I wail with pride at the mere thought of it.
I was chosen to represent the hierarchy by the remaining Judicators and the clans of the Nerazim. I am still honored by their choice.
Tassadar must be proud as well.
Tassadar is gone, Phoenix. He fell, bravely sacrificing for his people. He saved us from annihilation.
What? It cannot be. And Ire fallen to the Zerg as well?
It has.
How long have I lingered in stasis, becoming this Dragoon?
Do you know of the Purifier program, Phoenix?
Of course. The greatest Templar minds replicated. Dangerous machines that had to be shut down.
They were shut down, but we have never ceased the research, and still have tried to find ways to replicate our greatest Templar, to use that ancient technology.
Why do you tell me this?
We are facing a war like none we have seen before. We will need you in the days ahead. Maybe even the Purifiers.
Then my blades are yours, old friend.
I actually really like what they do with Phoenix here.
You dare too much, Artanis. Your youth makes you rash.
Shut the hell up.
We have acquired new robotic support technology for review.
So now we have access to the third Zealot archetype, the Sentinel. So what the Sentinel is it is a robotic replacement for Zealots. It's literally a machine that can do everything Zealots can do, and it has the ability to reconstruct itself if it is killed, but it can only do so once every 2 minutes. So what that usually translates to is they will fight, they will die, they will revive, and then they will die again. Because they will almost never live longer than 2 minutes if the fight is still heated as fuck when they get killed the first time. That's really just kind of the reality of things. They're not a true Purifier, even though they're from the Purifier faction, because they don't actually have proper minds like Phoenix does. I don't use them because the Centurion gives me a lot of bonuses that I just absolutely love having and can't really see myself without. Next, we have access to the Sentry. The Sentry has 2 current versions. The Ire variation, which is shield restoration. They're effectively a form of medic that can regenerate shields. They cannot restore health. They have a double shield recharge ability, so they can actually recharge the shields of 2 friendly Protoss units, this version, which is very nice. Restores 3 shields for every 1 point of energy spent. That's actually not bad. Guardian Shield is an ability they can also use. It creates a range 4 aura that decreases damage dealt to friendly units by 2, lasts 15 seconds. The issue with having this and this is that they usually burn through all of their energy with this and very rarely get to activate Guardian Shield. Because Guardian Shield, I believe, actually costs energy. If it doesn't, then thank God, because I'm pretty sure in the original version when this part of the game first dropped, it actually was energy-based. I am not entirely sure that it is now. Next is the Energizer, and this is the one that I will be taking, because what the Energizer can do is it has a Chrono Beam. You fire the Chrono Beam at an ally, and it buffs their attack speed and movement speed by 50% for 10 straight seconds. They also have a phasing mode that basically allows them to become a mobile power field, so that you can effectively have an emergency pylon replacement, just like the Warp Prism. However, it's immobile in this mode, exactly like a Warp Prism. So basically this thing is a Warp Prism on the ground that can make your units attack and move almost twice as fast as they normally would. And trust me, you would be surprised how much of a difference this can make in their ability to keep themselves alive whilst also rapidly overpowering the enemy.
Seeing Phoenix once more perplexes me. I feel sadness when I should feel joy.
It is said the warrior Phoenix was felled by the Queen of Blades.
He was.
This approximation is not Phoenix, but he is a reminder of the loss you suffered.
His voice, thoughts, his very presence. He describes memories we shared with such vivid recollection. Every instinct I have tells me that this is my friend, but all logic defies it.
We of the Nerazim often ponder whether our people are the sum total of their experiences, or are more than them, a truth lingering inside us. In time, we shall see if this Phoenix has his own truth, or is little more than a flawed forgery.
Very true. Solar Core sometime later.
I see the master construction of the Xel'Naga now. Their understanding that energy, essence, and information are all one.
No, they're not.
Each interchangeable, each mutable.
That's not actually
Then
true
you
at all.
uncovered the information Zeratul foresaw within this keystone.
I have. From what I understand, it will lead us to Ulnar.
Ulnar. It is a place of myth. A realm whispered of in our legends.
The homeworld of the Xel'Naga. I believe the keystone can project its location.
Show me, Karax.
It cannot be. I must be in error.
The Altarian Rift.
That is impossible. Nothing could survive within such unrelenting forces. It appears I have failed you, Hierarch.
I do not believe so, Karax. It is said that the Xel'Naga came from a place where no life should be. This aligns with Zeratul's prophecies. We will go in. Make preparations at once. Zeratul, many thought you mad. And yet, once more, you have seen truer than us all. The keystone leads us into the Altarian Rift, to the Xel'Naga home of Ulnar. It is my destiny to carry your mantle, old friend. I will wake the Xel'Naga and honor your legacy.
Okay, so now we are going to head to Ulnar in the Altarian Rift and acquire a series of units. We're going to get the Phoenix first, and then we're going to get the High Templar. The High Templar in the campaign of this is actually one of my favorite units. Very, very, very good unit.
This defies reason. We should be shredded into our base particles. Yet here we stand.
I'm going to let this cutscene play, and then I am going to
Is Ulnar.
grab something
Think of
while
it,
this
Matriarch.
plays.
The cradle of all life, hidden all these years.
Yes. But why?
Sorry for the delay, everybody. Almost done.
The keystone revealed this place to him.
It is hard to believe we stand above Omar, the home of the Ihan-Ri, the Zelnaga. The Judicators theorized the Zelnaga left Ire to return to a place such as this. It is said they slumbered through the ages.
Zeratul believed the artifact would lead us unto hope. The Zelnaga may be the hope he spoke of.
If the legends are true, then the Zelnaga are below, awaiting their children to awaken them.
Then let us hope so.
There we go.
How Zeratul foresaw the keystone would lead us here is uncanny. It is now clear that it was this device's primary purpose.
Zeratul was in touch with an expression of reality beyond my understanding.
This place should not exist. It defies all decrees of science, shatters all understanding of astral mechanics.
I once thought we Protoss had reached the pinnacle of attainable knowledge. I was a fool. There is far more in the galaxy than exists within Protoss understanding, friend Karax. I know this now.
I hope so.
Phoenix, you appear distressed.
Apologies, Hierarch. I have been pondering the events that brought me here. I've discovered there are holes in my memory. Battles recorded here in the ship's archives that I should be able to recall, but cannot.
What is it you have found?
Records of my defeat at Antioch and being revived as a Dragoon. But this body, it is clear to me that I am no Dragoon.
There is more to those records, Phoenix. But what you uncover may not be desirable.
I am willing to face the truth, old friend, however difficult it may be.
Then I hope you find the answers you seek.
Hi, you here?
Poor Phoenix.
The Spear of Adum's sensors have located what appears to be an access way into the temple. Our starships are prepared to move on your command.
Here lies the resting place of the Zelnaga. We must find a way to unseal this access way if we are to awaken them. Grand Preserver, what do you know of the temple in the depths below?
Only myth, legend. Here upon Ulnar, the destined races will seek ascension. Their very presence shall open the way forward. I believe these celestial locks are the key. Our forces should claim them in the hopes the way forward presents itself.
Hierarch, the Tal'Darim are here. They are taking control of the celestial locks.
Voices demands are clear. Keep the temple sealed.
As long as they control the locks, the secrets of the temple remain hidden from us.
Warriors, engage the enemy and reclaim the locks. Amon will not have his victory so easily.
stargates can now warp in phoenixes. They are extremely mobile and effective at engaging our enemy across long distances.
So, yeah. We have access to the Phoenix. It's an air-to-air unit. It cannot attack any ground units, but it can use a graviton beam to pick them up.
Teleport successful.
So, what the game wants you to do is it wants you to run around here and basically play keep away with these MFs until such time as you take them out. Or as you collect all of these locks by having enough troops to basically be everywhere at once. I am not going to do that. The way this map layout is designed, you have a Mobius core base to worry about that is full of Terrans. You have a Tal'Darim base to worry about that is chock full of Protoss. Both bases can and will wreck your shit. So you gotta be really careful. This is one of those missions where checking yourself before you wreck yourself is definitely a smart thing to do.
Amon's forces are inbound to our nexus point.
I do not give a shit.
I walk the shadowed path.
I like having Graviton Beam on autocast! Those guys just got destroyed. Go collect some, oh wait, I have orbital assimilators now, I don't need to do that.
Hierarch, the Tal'Darim have deployed a titanic warp prism. If its core is similar to our own, the reactor is made of pure solarite. If possible, we should destroy it and claim the reactor to enhance our solar core.
You know, you've just started talking sense. I am going to use the Phoenix Air Fighter a little bit, but it is not going to be the main force of my army because I need something that can hit the ground. Also, I'm not going to do what the game wants me to do because I'm an asshole. What I'm going to do is much funnier. I'm going to attack 2 Titanic bases full of a-holes and I'm going to wipe them out. Alright, I'm going to walk my troops over here. Because the game does give you an immediate expansion, thank God. This is... one of those missions is kind of a constant resource battle. The stupidest fucking Terrans imaginable. But, I mean, what do you expect from Mobius Core? Also, if you ever wondered why training Spectres might be a bad idea, yeah. Again, I apologize for eating during stream. I know a lot of people do not approve of doing that. I am one of them. I just worked 7 to 3:30 at a hardware store, and I'm hungry as hell. I've been hungry since I got off work. I bought a sandwich and a burrito that I ate on my way home, and I was still fucking hungry. I really don't know how to characterize how hungry that I apparently was. Just building up my economy and everything before I move out.
You have not enough minerals.
Getting all my tier 1 upgrades.
Enough minerals.
State thy bidding.
Get fucking trashed.
Once Amon's forces have been defeated, our warrior's presence should allow us to lay claim to the lock.
For the reckoning.
I don't know why they scanned that area. I don't have a unit that's invisible there. I'm legitimately unsure as to why they did that.
Upgrade complete.
Maybe they thought they were BMing me, but,
I am the voice.
okay. I'm going to construct a few photon cannons here and maybe a Kadaran monolith. we go. Okay. Get my air upgrades, and now at this point, I can use my economy for war, baby!
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. You have not enough.
I walk the shadowed path.
Get my tier 2 air attack. So I'm going to show you what the game essentially wants you to do. It wants you to seize control of these celestial locks. However, if you run away from these areas, the enemy will secure it and you won't be able to keep it. The main reason why I am not going to be doing this is about 2 or 3-fold. Number one, it's not nearly as fun if all I do is just what the objective asks you to do. It's also going to be a massive pain in the ass because the enemy is going to constantly harass each one of these locations and try to take them out.
Shall be as you say. We move unseen. State.
Get rid of that. Fucking siege tanks. You see what energizers can do, though. Look at this. This is not a very big strike force. And it's ripping these guys apart like they're made out of tissue paper. Well, that just happened.
We move unseen.
Adun Toridas.
I am here in the shadows. Very well. For the reckoning.
That awkward moment where you got eviscerated because you were stupid.
Be on guard. Amon's servants are moving to seize a lock.
Teleport successful. It appears a lock has fallen to the enemy. We will need to retake it quickly. It is done. I am warping the vessel's cargo aboard for further study.
I am the voice of the
You fuck around! Now you will find out.
I am the heart of darkness. He shall be. We move
I don't like siege tanks
out of darkness.
when I'm not the one using them.
Pull back from the enemy base. We must focus on the celestial locks.
I'm not gonna focus on the Celestial Locks, game. You can tell me to do that all you want. This is a gigantic Terran base. Not even gonna pretend to lie. Well, the Terrans are gone. That's half the problem.
A lock has been captured by our foes, Hierarch. We must be cautious.
Now you will all learn to bow to me.
Very well. I serve for now. Move unseen.
And now we're going to attack the Protoss base.
A lock has been captured by our foes, Hierarch. We must be cautious.
Make way for the Zealots! Make way! Let them violently throw themselves against the enemy. Get rid of all their probes. And now let's wipe out the last of their base. No more Tal'Darim. Oh wow, we repelled them. At this point, we can deactivate the 3 locks that the enemy has at our leisure.
It shall be as you say. Intriguing.
Teleport successful. Adun Toridas.
We move on. I am the voice of the eclipse.
That was the last of the Terrans on the map.
For now.
Mineral field depleted.
Oh, they're all already dead. Fun fact, you cannot capture a Celestial Lock with a cloaked unit.
All 5 locks have been captured, Hierarch. The access way is opening.
We also massacred both enemy bases, so yeah, we don't have to worry about that anymore.
It seems Amon's forces have drawn back. I sense only a great stillness from within the temple.
Then we have succeeded. It will not be long before we see what fate has in store for us.
It seems Amon's troops have withdrawn to the back of the temple. I have drawn away. I killed them all! That's how you know! Jesus. They're all dead.
I'm afraid the Spear of Adun will not be able to assist you inside the temple. Please be careful, Hierarch.
Amon's forces arrived here before we did. The temple may already be under his control.
Zeratul believed the other Xel'Naga were here, and that they would stand with us against Amon. They could end the war. My people could be free once again.
Then why have the Xel'Naga not answered us?
I am going into the Ulnar Temple alone, Matriarch. I do not intend to risk any more lives.
You risked your own life on the word of a traitor.
He killed your mother, Vorazun. That is true. But he was never a traitor. I do not wish for death. Only to see Zeratul's visions fulfilled.
You will return. That much, I believe.
My warriors cannot aid me in the battle ahead. This burden is mine to bear.
However,
Starfighters have arrived, and they await your evaluation.
we also now have access to the Adept. A replacement for the Stalker, and one I will be taking great use of because I really like the Adept. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But now we can choose an air fighter.
The skies await.
The dual graviton beam Phoenix,
It is a good day to die.
or the disruption web Corsair. There's a lot of Nerazim in my army for a reason. I don't like a lot of the IR units. I don't hate them, but I don't like them either.
Since we arrived here, the Keystone has reacted strangely. It's as if it is attuned to the energies below.
Energies below.
Yes, void energies exude from this place. I believe this world is a conduit between dimensions.
And the Keystone.
Acts as if siphoning these energies. This is entirely different from how the origin point information was stored. As if the Keystone was reconfigured for a second purpose.
Let us hope that the Xel'Naga themselves can reveal the truths you're looking for.
Good luck with that. I'm not joking either. Good luck with that.
fascinating, Artanis. I can hardly believe the stories they contain.
Welcome to real life.
Adun Toridas, Hierarch.
I hate this mission.
I know not what I shall find below, but I know I must go alone. You are in command of the Spear of Adun now.
Until you return, Artanis.
I hate this mission because it's really cool from a thematic standpoint, but once you actually know what the fuck to do, it's very, very empty-minded. You really don't have to do a whole lot that is terribly tricky in this mission. Pebbles, what are you doing?
Shakuras.
Oh.
Queen of Blades.
Get the hell off me.
Kerrigan.
Artanis, wait. I am not your enemy. I have come seeking the Zelnaga.
Artanis, could you help her, please? Gotcha, bitch!
It seems fate has drawn us together. We should not tempt it further.
That purple ass. I'm a terrible human being.
The shrines call this place the Temple of Unification. The Zelnaga are somewhere within.
So far, all I've encountered are hybrid. I've been fighting them for days. Progress has been difficult.
The prophecies foretell of two ascended races working together to seek out the halls of revelation within the temple. Only with both present will the shrines reveal the means to awaken the slumbering Zelnaga.
I've never cared much for prophecy.
And yet, despite our history, here we stand, together. Perhaps you should start.
Yeah,
Our path
right.
is clear.
Okay. So, you get control of Artanis and Kerrigan for this mission.
It seems the temple
Artanis has a whole nifty bag of tricks.
Halt! Do you sense that? A great power awakens within this construct.
Purity of form. Purity of essence. Prove your strength.
Stay close to me, Kerrigan. My psionic abilities can mend our wounds.
She can heal too. Oh.
No doubt.
Oh, that's right. The game didn't give her that ability. It.
Let us
It gave her spawn banelings instead.
These devices emit solar energy. We should gather them.
Our knowledge is your heritage.
There's a total of 3 of those scattered around.
A bold plan.
Kerrigan is basically the equivocation of how you left her at the end of her story.
Speak.
Our path is clear.
You have my attention.
Strength. A keenest.
Your queen listens.
Kerrigan, the construct is coming for you.
Yeah, we know. Trust me, we freaking know. Artanis has a large number of bullshit tier abilities, by the way, that make it basically impossible for him to fucking die. First of all, unlike any Protoss, he actually regenerates some of his health. Second, his Astral Wind regenerates his HP and his shields if he has taken damage to both. 300 life, 200 shields. It will heal her for 200 life, for 300 life. It will not actually restore. It won't give Kerrigan shields. But Kerrigan doesn't need shields because she has a bullshit high regeneration rate. He also has Lightning Dash, which is a very powerful crowd control ability. Coupled with Chain Lightning, Spawn Banelings, and Kinetic Blast, you've basically got everything you need to make an ass-whooping sandwich right here.
Fate is with us. The shrine still functions.
Alright, I hope everybody wanted to enjoy some lore, because we're about to get some lore. Did you order lore with a side of lore?
There. It gathers power. It should be active shortly.
Friends of yours?
Not quite. It appears Amon's forces have found a way into the temple. We must slay them all.
I think I'm starting to like you, Artanis.
Yes, because Artanis suggested mass murder, so Artanis is clearly a good person to hang out with. Fuck off.
Change is upon us. A bold plan.
I'm pretty sure that I hit the right key for that, but apparently I didn't. Get trashed.
I lead.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, look. Colossi. Hey, look. I made him disappear.
Maybe we can see what your shrine has to say.
I see now. The Zelnaga were the first. Born within the void. Their sacred purpose was to cultivate life and perpetuate the infinite cycle.
It's Cthulhu. It's
Created,
Cthulhu!
they take a physical form. If destroyed, they are thrust back into the void. All of this time, they have waited for us to assemble the keystone and find our way here.
And they're all Cthulhu monsters.
Dwells my people, possessing them through the Kala. But he has no physical form. If he were separated from the Templar, he could be forced back into the void.
Come on, Artanis. We've still got a long way to go.
Hey, look. That's the first piece of useful information we've actually picked up from all this shit.
Our path is
Hi!
It seems you were correct.
Well then, shall we?
You guys keep asking to get trashed, and it's not really my fault that it keeps happening.
strong. It appears the Tal'Darim are preoccupied. We should engage them while they are fighting the constructs. No doubt.
Here, enjoy some banelings. Everybody likes banelings, right?
Together, we are strong.
I like banelings. Banelings are fun.
The future is ours.
I forget where the second relic is.
What fools you are to attack me.
Fuck off.
Our path is clear.
You see why this mission can be kind of mind-numbing?
Strong. This passage has caved in as well. Wait. Hybrid.
I come this
Ulnar shall serve as your tomb.
Stop talking.
Our heritage is your future.
Alright, that's 2 of those relics. You get 1 in every path.
They're fighting another construct. I come this
There can be no doubt.
I'm honestly shocked the constructs are working with them, but I think the hybrid are why.
Our path is
And that actually would make sense. Excuse me?
reaching into the Hall of Revelation.
Ready your blades, Templar. I am the sworn. Your search continues.
Well, that sure as fuck happened.
No time.
I don't know why they re-recorded her lines for this.
You're up, Artanis. The shrines look like they're covered with pictograms. How do you know what they say?
Communing with the shrine is more than reading carvings. Each atom of the stone has been placed with meaning, purpose.
That doesn't answer the question.
It was here, from Ulnar, that the Xel'Naga began to seed the universe with life. They created us, just as they gave life to a numberless assembly of races in other universes. Every time, they observe and identify the potential of their offspring, never interfering. The infinite cycle will always be the same. 2 races are destined to emerge. One, pure of essence, an indomitable spirit capable of great change. And one, pure of form, a being capable of vast psionic potential, able to house the essence of a Xel'Naga.
That's an interesting final detail.
Purity of essence and form, the Zerg and the Protoss. But if the Xel'Naga do not interfere, then it was Awan who uplifted my people. All we thought was the Xel'Naga was a lie.
Come on, Artanis. We're not far from having some answers.
We're getting answers, just not the ones you want.
I believe this must be the final hall.
Wait. The doors are open. The constructs destroyed.
The shrine is under attack. Only delay no more. Our salvation will not be stolen.
I'm going to take more pleasure in this than I should.
Let's get to that shrine.
But I often do.
I am the sworn.
If you haven't figured it out, Kerrigan is your main source of DPS. Excuse me while I nuke your very existence.
We must find a way around.
The Dark God has foreseen your
That's cute that you think that's gonna happen today. No, I'm serious. It's fucking adorable. Keep talking.
The future is ours.
Excuse me while I try to walk around that. Like I said, you don't really have a lot of reason to care if Artanis takes a shitload of damage. His astral wind makes him almost invincible. And if that's not enough, he actually has a passive ability that activates when he dies that revives him with a 60-second cooldown? Yeah, and with astral wind and lightning dash, he's more than durable enough to make that happen.
Search continues.
Excuse me while I run the hell away from that. I was a little slow on the spawn baneling push there, but...
Together, we are... Change is upon us.
It worked out.
With honor, I lead. Our path is clear.
Here's the last Zelnaga artifact.
Our future is as one in the void.
There can be no doubt.
You really have to be asleep at the controls on this difficulty to kind of not really be able to handle this. You want to see darkness, motherfucker? I'll show you darkness. I will teach you the meaning of pain.
It's done. Do your shrine thing, Artanis. These gods of yours have a lot to answer for.
No shit. And that's this mission. There you go. All bonus objectives complete, everything shown off.
Ahead of us, within the Chamber of Ascension, the Zelnaga have slumbered as civilizations grew, fell, and formed again. They will awaken when the two destined races arrive.
Yep.
Then, the elders among them will give their lives to bestow their essence.
Yep.
And pure of form and pure of essence will be reborn as Zelnaga, shepherds of the infinite cycle.
Yeah. Not this time.
So, what do you say? Ready to meet your maker?
Indeed. Come. The Chamber of Ascension lies ahead, and our salvation within.
I wish it were that easy.
Something's not right here.
The Zelnaga.
No.
They're dead, Artanis.
He murdered them all in their sleep. Oh, for God's sake, not this damn mouthpiece of an asshat again.
With the essence of the great betrayer, your people fulfill their purpose. My host
Please stop talking, Amon.
My will is not so easily broken, Amon. The Firstborn shall fear you no longer!
If anybody's wondering why I am incredibly apathetic whenever Amon opens his mouth, I will explain it here after this next scene and the mission begins. Amon is the most boring kind of villain to me. He really is.
There is a massive output of void energy spiking from the temple below.
Target the epicenter.
Hi. Oh, for God's sakes, not this dickhead.
I do not come as your enemy, Dark Templar. You must listen to me, Matriarch. Amon's tribe is sprung. Your leader is in grave danger.
You think us fools?
Oh!
Yes,
Well, that
is
sucks.
irrelevant.
Welcome to the stream, though, Glory.
Is that Amon has opened the gateway to the void. Dark energies pour from within, and they will burn through your precious leader and any who oppose Amon. I can guide you to Artanis before this fate befalls him. If we are bold, we can stop the Dark God's assault.
Am I to believe that the moment you're released, your blade will not be in my back?
You waste time. Lower your blades. I am Alarak, first descendant of the Tal'Darim. Amon has betrayed my people. Retribution will be claimed for this, and if your hierarch survives, he will aid in it. Make your decision.
You will take us to Artanis.
Most wise.
If anybody's curious as to why I call this dickhead Q, it's because his voice actor played Q in Star Trek. Like, old school Star Trek, Next Generation.
Matriarch, the Keystone has begun absorbing void energies at an unprecedented
And he plays a
rate.
dickhead in everything he's in,
Tal'Darim
basically.
speaks the truth.
Void energies flood from the temple. With each passing moment, the threat grows. I do not trust him, but all data points to the scenario he describes. A gateway to the void has been opened.
Is there any way to pinpoint Artanis?
No. The energies are making us virtually blind.
We must put our faith in this Tal'Darim. It pains me to do so.
Never turn your back on a Tal'Darim. In fact, if he so much as glares at you, put him down. It will be easier on all of us.
Alright, so we got 15 more Solarite from that. We've got mass recall now. I am actually going to put that energy towards warp-in reinforcements. Just because I find that ability to be more useful. I forgot. What the hell? Wait, there's a third thing here now? Oh, that's shield recharge rates. Okay. Oh, I forgot. This is a conversation you will only get
Rohana.
if you do this now.
Rohana!
You sought honor, and now you have found it.
Please stop talking.
Cradle of life, both your beginning and your end.
Shut up.
Release her, Amon.
Do you seek deliverance within these empty halls?
Shut the fuck up.
None here. Only the truth of the Xel'Naga's failure.
It wasn't a failure. You fucked up everything intentionally.
Offer a gift. Release in oblivion.
Silence!
Jesus Christ, they're trying to two-man a 12-person job? Oh my god, that's ludicrous. Why the hell would you do that?
This Tal'Darim has brought warriors with him. Perhaps there is a benefit to his presence after all.
So now we have access to an ability called Void Stasis. For the Blood Hunter variation of the Dark Templar. I don't like a lot of the Tal'Darim variants of a lot of units in this game. Oh, okay, it's a 6-person job. Still, like, 2 people trying to do the work of 6. But you know what my response is? Good fucking luck. Even if you do manage to do that correctly, or at least do manage to successfully do that, chances are you're lucky as hell. Not actually good. Obviously, you have to be good at some point, but still, just no. No, that's not necessary. That's just trying to show off for the sake of showing off, and I despise that. Soloed the Root of Nightmares, right? Good freaking God. Yeah, no thank you. The main reason why I really don't like the idea of somebody doing that, for anybody who watches this video in the future and thinks that I'm just being some kind of elitist snob saying, you know, people shouldn't play the game that way. Play the game however you want to play it. Don't let me stop you from making what I would consider to be a stupid-ass decision. However, I am going to say this. Destiny is a co-op focused game. There's some merit to trying to solo a co-op centric styled game, but the primary reality is the game was designed for you to play with friends and to play with more than one person. The way I see it, doing that just defeats the purpose of the game to me, and I really don't feel like that's something they should be doing. As for Void Stasis, the problem with Void Stasis and the reason why I won't be using this particular Dark Templar, as you can see, you can't damage a unit or affect it with any ability while it's trapped in Void Stasis. So it's a good way to lock down units very briefly that you really just cannot deal with right now. But as you noticed, a lot of base defenses got left behind here. And Ultralisk got left behind here. These are problems that, if I walked a bunch of Dark Templar through in the same number, they would all kill it.
If you heed my words, your hierarch will live.
I believe you, I just don't like you.
Your hierarch is apparently unaware of the danger closing in around him.
It's because he's not.
If you desire his safe return, you will send your warriors to these coordinates now.
There we go. Alright, so now we're going to get to High Templar. This is one of my favorite units in the entirety of the Protoss campaign. Just because of the upgrades they give these guys that actually make them incredibly fucking awesome.
This path will lead your forces toward Tanis. I have done as I promised, Dark Templar. Now go tell your hierarch. I am waiting for him.
Matriarch, our High Templar have volunteered to aid you.
The loss of the Kala was not easily borne, but we are ready to serve once again.
Templar, I thank you for your bravery in this dire time. We will recover our hierarch.
Your thoughts are clear.
Okay, so these guys can Psionic Storm.
Unleash psionic storms, brothers. Let these hybrid thralls feel the wrath of
They
the
also have a
Templar.
feedback loop. And when they get upgraded after this mission, they will gain access to an ability that allows them to heal the shields of allied Protoss in the storm and
I have heard of these Terran specters.
kill the others.
Focus their energies into a feedback loop. They will not bear it.
To me, my swarm.
Templar, join us, quickly! Vorazun, your forces have arrived just in time. Amon has opened a portal to the void. It must be shut down before it tears us apart.
Agreed. My swarm and I will bear the brunt of Amon's power and buy you time. But it's up to you to seal that portal.
I've got it.
The gateway draws power from these void crystals. We will need to destroy them if we are to seal the gate.
Then it shall be done.
Okay.
My charge.
So why am I so apathetic to Amon's existence? Like, you know, you guys might have noticed, anybody watching these videos might have noticed, literally the instant I hear his voice, I ask him to stop talking. There's a reason for this. It's because Amon is an excessively one-note villain, and not a frickin' good one. Amon is obnoxiously fucking one-note, and in the stupidest way possible. I hate him because all he does is drone the fuck on about the exact same thing. It's actually one of the things I hated about Scarecrow in Batman Arkham Knight. In Arkham Knight, Scarecrow is just constantly going on and on and on and on and on about fear this, fear that, fear this, fear that, theatricality, and it gets fucking old. It's so obnoxious, and I hate it. Oh my god, I can't stand it. Like, after you hear it for the umpteenth time, you kind of just get sick. Yeah, exactly. Puts on Dr. Evil voice. How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard? Or in this case, you crazy, evil, insane alien bastard.
Power sources. If we can locate them, I should be able to use their energy to free up additional solarite from the Spear of Adun's core.
And all he really does, like, this is the constant problem that I have with Amon. He is obsessed with telling you that he's out to end the infinite cycle and the cycle of infinite suffering. Because the cycle of infinite suffering is just perpetual oppression. It's perpetual, it's perpetual agony. All it does is invite more pain, more suffering. Suffering this and suffering that. Shut up, for the love of God. Just shut up. I swear you are the most one-note asshole to ever exist in a video game. And I love this game, I do. I don't want it to sound too critical and too harsh, but Jesus, he just doesn't shut up.
Move in and destroy it.
And it's always the same thing. The cycle of infinite suffering. Oh, if only you Protoss understood the glory of what I was trying to do for you. What glory is there in what you're doing, Amon? You are summoning nightmare horrors from the void. You're brutally torturing, slaughtering, maiming, and mass executing your own people while they're sleeping. You are stabbing and violently mind controlling and brutally murdering literally goddamn everything in your path. Tell me what the hell is supposed to be so sacred about your mission. Because there sure as hell doesn't seem to be anything sacred about your methods. You're like the most psychotic tyrant I've ever seen. You're a delusional maniac who's convinced himself that he isn't subsisting on hatred and pain and blood. But realistically speaking,
I'm sending my army.
if
your
I
way,
look
Artemis.
at what you're
They'll
doing,
help clear a path.
all you're doing is just killing people and hurting them. Yeah, exactly. And he's so obsessed with sounding dramatic about it. As though there is something that is profound in what he is doing and saying. There's nothing profound in what you're doing and saying. You are a nihilist, pure and simple. That's why I hate Amon. Amon is a fucking annoying nihilist. He is obsessed with trying to tell the universe that it needs to die because living hurts. Shut up. Just shut up. It's obnoxious. It's beyond fucking obnoxious. And he keeps trying to talk about it in the most profound, like, dramatic way he can imagine. And I just don't care. The thing that makes Arcturus Minsk such a good villain to me, Minsk is a massive fucking liar. Okay, Minsk lies his ass off every time he's on camera. But Minsk is actually a really good manipulator. He's a semi-complex villain, even though all he obviously really wants at the end of all things is self-assured power and the justification to do whatever the fuck he believes he should be allowed to do. But the thing about Minsk is actually kind of interesting because Minsk knows how to talk, he knows how to manipulate, he knows how to fuck with people. Amon doesn't know how to do that. Amon doesn't mince words well. Amon just constantly reiterates the same thing. And after I heard it the first couple of times in the Terran campaign, I just couldn't be bothered to listen to it again. Like, I hate listening to Amon talk. Text you a writing prompt. Okay, I've got an idea for you to work on, and you might find this interesting. I did this little stupid thing where I kind of crafted backstories with my friends for what if we were all in Devil May Cry, and I tried to do something interesting for each one of us. Glory, can you try to do that, but design us in Destiny 2?
I'm going to
Assuming the idea appeals to you at all?
join me if you wish.
Okay, I need to pull back. I am losing all my troops. Holy shit.
You have not.
I walk the shadowed path.
Oh, you're bored at work. Okay. Yeah, maybe that'll give you something to think about for a little while. Oh, wow! Kerrigan donated an Ultralisk to the cause. I'm okay with that.
The crystal is free of defenders. Our warriors can destroy it whenever you are ready.
And let's drop down some reinforcements. Oh, joy. Let's deal with that. Can we deal with that? Thank you, Kerrigan. I'm trying not to attack that Ultralisk.
Only one remains, and the portal is growing unstable. We must destroy the final crystal, and do so with haste.
Hybrid inbound on our nexus point. Warriors, intercept them.
Enough, my swarm. Pull back. We'll regenerate at the hive cluster.
Oh yeah, one of the stasis prisms is in here. The first bonus objective vessel is down here, specifically in this spot.
Power source has been secured.
The second one is right here.
Artanis, hurry up and disable those void crystals. My hive cluster is taking a beating.
I've got it, Kerrigan. Just chill, baby. How's that for annihilation?
Once more. As ever, I serve.
The third objective is up here, right in this spot. This is one of those missions where the final objective is literally hidden from you.
I am transferring the final power source now.
Our spirit.
Damn, I ran out of energy for psionic storms.
I'm sending my army your way, Artanis. They'll help clear a path to the crystals.
What you are kind of seeing is why I really like the Adepts, by the way. The Adepts are actually a lot smaller even than the Stalkers. Okay. I will see what I can do for you. Jesus Christ, how much? Oh my God, okay. That thing had 1,000 shields and 1,000 health. God damn!
The final crystal has been secured. Destroy it, and victory is ours.
There we go. Victory achieved. In the channel. Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Let this be a reckoning. From this point forward, we stand united. We shall take the time.
I just beat this mission, so your belief is now officially well-founded.
We fought well this day, Kerrigan. Join us. Together, we can defeat Amon and send him back into the void.
My swarm was broken here, Artanis. I'll need time to rebuild my forces.
There is no time. My people are being consumed. Their very flesh turned into Amon's own. I cannot wait.
I don't know. I always try to make sure people's faith in me is actually worth something.
Subjugate enemies, do whatever you can to ensure victory. Survival is never pretty.
We are very different leaders, but I thank you nonetheless. Until we meet again.
There's obviously some merit to her path because look at the sheer amount of devastation she was able to reap. Got the 15 solarite for that bonus objective.
Artanis.
Hello, Alarak.
The Twilight Council, warlord of the Templar. I had expected so much more.
Do you want to experience my foot in your ass firsthand?
Words, or my blade will watch them for you. Oh, that's hardly a way to speak of one who saved your master's life.
You care little for my survival, Alarak. What is the true reason you've come to me?
Our god broke his ancient covenant and cast us low. These are lies, Artanis. I am the liar. Are you not but a lie incarnate, machine, Protoss?
Speak your peace, Alarak.
The Tal'Darim's death fleet amasses its slain, awaiting the start of a full-scale invasion. I come with an offer. You will aid me in invoking a challenge for the right to rule my kind as High Lord. And in return, I will grant you a cessation of hostilities between our people.
Phoenix, rally my advisors. It appears we have much to discuss.
Yep.
Ah, Artanis. I believe I will serve you more effectively from here. Besides, I would rather Alarak remain where he can be watched.
Probably for the best.
Nothing was as it seemed. We came to Alnar to awaken the Zelnaga and receive their aid. Instead, Amon nearly killed us. I fear Zeratul prophecy is no longer clear to me.
He was closer to the truth than I thought. The Zelnaga did rest here. Had they lived, I think they would have given us their aid, just as Zeratul said. If nothing else, I will grant him that.
Matriarch, your words surprise me.
Perhaps your counsel has proved influential in some regards.
Then I will endeavor to give you more of it.
I said some regards, Hierarch. Not all.
I love those guys.
Rohana, do you not see why you must sever your nerve cords? I cannot allow you to fall under Amon's sway again.
The Kala was created in our darkest moment. Only its light was able to bind our people to give us unity. We are born into it, and when we die, our spirits become one with it. It is worth fighting for.
And now Amon uses it against us. It sustains his existence. Its time must end.
Artanis, through the Kala, our every thought and emotion are made as one. I feel his thoughts and emotions swirling like a vortex throughout. He does not realize it, but here, within the Kala, he is vulnerable.
How?
Just as he can see into me, I can see into him. We can use this to our advantage, Hierarch. I know it.
It is not worth it.
Please, I only ask for time. Powerful psionic warriors have joined our ranks, Hierarch. You must choose among them.
We also now have access to missile bombardment, the Vanguard unit of the Tal'Darim. If you are looking for anti-ground murder hobo, there is very few that can compare. This unit actually got put in a number of mods for this game that a lot of people really didn't realize. And it, as an enemy, and it pretty much invalidated a lot of the players' ability to use ground forces against it. Just because the ridiculous level of offensive firepower it has allows it to decimate virtually everything that it touches. If this thing could attack aircraft, it would be the only thing you would ever need to build. I like the Annihilator's aesthetic and abilities better, though, so I'm going to be sticking with that. So, first we have High Templar. High Templar have a lot to offer in this game. They still have their Archon merge. They have feedback, which allows them to drain energy from a target unit and deal 1 point of damage for each point of energy that's used. They also have Psionic Storm. It is a 4-second AoE attack that deals 80 damage to all enemy units in an area. It will not damage friendlies. This is the campaign version of that. In ladder and cooperative and any multiplayer, it will still damage your units and your allies. It also, however, has a Plasma Surge. The Psionic Storm will restore 50 shields to friendly units in the target area. So this is a limited form of healing, which actually makes it really cool. However, you can instead take the Nerazim option, which is the Dark Archon. The Dark Archon is much more expensive in terms of minerals and no less expensive in terms of gas. The Dark Archon has a psionic attack in this game. It's actually pretty deadly. And as is being demonstrated here, it has access to mind control, which allows you to permanently take control of an enemy unit and make it your own. You can use this on a lot of critical enemy units. And as it's also displaying here, they have Confusion, which will force enemy units in the target area to attack each other for 10 straight seconds. It's actually one of the most hilariously useful units in the game. And if you are not using Dark Archons, it's because you're crazy. Just kidding. I'm going to be using the High Templar for a little while, just because I really like this unit, and I like what they do with it for the campaign. I will be switching over to the Dark Archon later. No, Gloria, I don't actually know the Guardian Tenants. I remember that I had actually experienced them at one point, but I've forgotten them now.
Hierarch, I believe I have found a way to save our people. As Zeratul foresaw, this keystone can indeed be our salvation.
Explain yourself.
As we have seen, the keystone was designed to be found and assembled by those who would ascend to become Xel'Naga. After leading them to Ulnar, it would also expel its stored energy to awaken the slumbering Xel'Naga. The keystone siphons energies and redistributes essence, matter, information, consciousness. To this device, they are all the same. I see that now.
That makes no
How it
sense.
cleansed Kerrigan?
It extracted
Devotion,
the essence
bravery,
that
sacrifice,
forged her
and
into
death.
the Queen
Okay.
of Blades. And then it used that energy to release Amon from the void. If I can discover how to control the keystone, we could use it to extract Amon from the Kala and save our people.
That actually does make
Zeratul
sense.
has led us to hope after all. Continue your research, Karax. We have a war to take to Amon.
Devotion inspires bravery. Bravery inspires sacrifice. Sacrifice leads to death. Ah.
You were right all along.
Well, that's true.
Alarak. I am little more than a clone of your friend Phoenix. The Tal'Darim speaks truth.
I am synthetic, a replication, a lie.
You're not
What
alive,
did you
Phoenix.
find in the archive?
My death, my rebirth as a dragoon, and then my death at the hands of this Queen of Blades. I am not Phoenix, yet I hold his memories as if they were my own. I must have time to consider this.
You are a warrior, Phoenix. Whether you identify yourself as my old friend or not, know that I believe in you. And I believe you will help me destroy Amon's armies and save
Ultron.
our people.
Oh, do you mean Phoenix?
Do not waver.
The
because
robot
of
I'm
this
talking
knowledge.
to?
I will try, Hierarch.
He's part of an old Protoss program. One that was very much kept out of public eye and a lot of them did not know about. He's also, in a way, a reference to a character from StarCraft 1 and StarCraft Brood War. It's one of my favorite characters from the Protoss faction that links up with James Raynor. His name is Phoenix, and in the original games, he initially works alongside the Conclave in trying to repel the Zerg Swarm when it attacks Ire. He ends up getting so exhausted that he can't even form his Psyblades, and that causes him to basically quote-unquote die at the Battle of Antioch. What was left of his body, however, was recovered, and he was put inside a cybernetic Dragoon construct. If you're wondering what the fuck a Dragoon is supposed to be, this is a Dragoon. When your body is so physically fucked up that it cannot move and function on its own, he basically, you're cybernetically implanted in one of these big walking Hulk tanks that fires disintegrator cannons at people, and you can continue to serve. You're triggering me greatly because no, that's not Ultron at all. After he basically quote unquote before he actually ran into a lot of that, he was taken and sent over to the Glacius facility where his mind was cloned and put inside of a technology web. After that happened, it was essentially put inside of that mech body you see here.
It is an honor.
And he just discovered that he's basically not actually Phoenix. He's just a replication of a lot of Phoenix's memories. Ultron was originally a program built by Tony Stark, Iron Man, to protect humanity and lead his Iron Legion. This guy is a prototype of the older generation of Purifier technology. What the Purifiers actually are is they were meant to be kind of similar to the Iron Legion. They were basically supposed to be synthetic replications of their Templar armies that were used to fight for the Protoss, so the Protoss wouldn't actually have to kill their own warriors in battle by having them fight wars. The problem is that the Protoss treated the Purifiers as disposable tools. They didn't treat them as actual people, and surprise, surprise, when you replicate somebody's fucking consciousness, whether it's an imitation or not, it kind of feels insulted that it's treated as little more than a disposable pawn, even if that is in fact what it was designed to be. So the Purifiers originally rebelled against the Protoss in a somewhat similar manner to the way the Geth rebelled against the Quarians in Mass Effect. However, there's a major difference. The Protoss won the resulting fight before they could unleash all of their troops and sealed them away. And one of the missions that we'll be doing in the next stream, I'm not going to do it, but I am just going to show it here. Oh, we have to listen to this War Council. Hold on.
The Void Portal within Ulnar has been sealed, but a greater threat looms. Amon is transforming our people into a host form.
That is true, you basically
While we
did.
were focused upon Ulnar, he has unleashed the full might of the Golden Armada, using our own weaponry to eradicate life from planets across the Kapulu sector.
Our current forces are not powerful enough to engage the Great Fleet, but Amon's other servants run rampant across the sector.
Then we should strike immediately. Eliminate his outlying forces.
The ancient purifiers were designed for war. If we reactivate them, we can build our armies and destroy Amon's Zergloods in one fell swoop.
Assuming they do not turn on us first. The Purifiers possess no loyalty, no honor.
And how do you know that?
I'm bickering. The Tal'Darim's death fleets are your threat. I alone can challenge Malash for the right to rule and bend his army to my will.
Do not forget Mobius Corps. They are rumored to operate from a hidden base where they forge a hybrid army to serve, even now.
This is true, but we cannot engage them without knowing where they are. Vorazun, send your most elite Dark Templar to scour the sector. For now, Karax, your focus must remain with the Keystone. The survival of our people depends on our actions in the days to come. It falls to the Firstborn to stop the coming oblivion.
Okay, so they basically just had a big debate about where all we can go. So we can go to Endion here, which I believe is where I'm probably going to go first.
Selnaga are dead. There is no salvation within Ulnar. And yet, we indeed found hope. If we are to fight, we must raise an army. Phoenix and I believe that we can awaken the ancient Purifiers and call upon their power. They may have been a forbidden weapon, but I have seen their potential in Phoenix and know that this time, they will not fail us.
So, mostly what Phoenix honestly just wants is, now that he realizes what he is, he's trying to come to terms with the fact that he's not actually Phoenix. But at the same time, he's not a lie, really, because he is in fact actually a part of who he is literally who Phoenix was at a specific point in time, put inside of a robot body after the original Phoenix died and was kept in stasis.
Tassadar, old friend, what would you do? Zeratul, would you have me take such a chance? The answer matters little. If this alliance can weaken Amon's armies, then it is a chance that must be taken.
So, Slain is essentially the Tal'Darim homeworld, and we'll be going there eventually, I'm going to go to Endion first just because I want to get the Purifiers on my side before I bother working with the fucking Tal'Darim. I would rather have that working for me first before an army of psychotic ticking time bombs, just saying. But, yeah, the Slain missions are also not very fun, and Endion is actually much more entertaining.
You must know Amon will destroy you.
If you have such faith in him, why are you here?
Oh, I merely voice the inevitable. I know the true power of what you face. I said destroy you, not I.
I have seen enough. His hubris will be his undoing. It is a flaw I also see in you.
I believe I like you, Hierarch. Your bravery is commendable.
Join me then. Together, we can defeat him.
I cannot tether my fate to yours. Hatred does not burn within you as it does in me. You do not see through the agony of knowing all you believed in is a lie, and that your only solace is found in the destruction of your betrayer.
No. Amon corrupted my people, and now turns them into a hybrid abomination. My rage burns brighter than 1,000 suns, and soon all will see my wrath unleashed.
And this is something I hope to witness.
So, what he said is actually not wrong at all. The Tal'Darim became basically religious fanatics to Amon and his promises of uplifting them. What uplifting them and ascending them basically became code for was, I will turn you into hybrid, and you will become my chosen. This is all a bullshit lie. That was never actually going to happen. And he says that you don't, like, hatred doesn't burn in you like it does within me. You do not seethe with the hatred of everything that you know was a lie. That's actually bullshit. Because everything the Protoss thought was the Xel'Naga's doing was not Xel'Naga's doing. Was not the Xel'Naga's doing. That was actually Amon's doing. So everything they think they know about their culture, guess what? That is also a lie. Not too different from the Tal'Darim. And the only solace is found in the inevitability of the destruction of your betrayer. Well, basically, if they don't destroy Amon, they don't have an existence. So, yeah, their only solace is going to be found in killing Amon. You are a massive moron, Alarak. Alright, thank you all very much for watching. That's going to be the end of the stream today. I have been Savage Hound Dusk, and I will see you all next time.